Let's quickly start by looking at what JavaScript is. So JavaScript is a scripting language. It was invented by Brandon Ike, a programmer at Netscape in 1995. So you don't need to know what a scripting language is. It's a kind of a programming language. So you don't need to remember all of these details. I'm just telling you this as an introduction to the JavaScript language. So JavaScript was originally used for client-side programming, meaning programming the content that is seen on a user's computer. But since the beginning, a lot of changes have happened, and it is also gaining popularity as a server-side language, meaning the language that is used in backend computers. Again, you don't have to remember all of these things. I'm just introducing this language to you. And one fun fact is that Brandon, the inventor of JavaScript, developed it in just 10 days. So it's quite impressive. And it was originally named as Mocha, but then it got renamed as LiveScript, and then later it got named as JavaScript. Another fun fact is that JavaScript has very little to do with Java. So Java is a language that you may have already heard. Java is a very popular language, but JavaScript is very different from Java. These two are very different programming languages, and that's something you should know. So here you can see the creator of JavaScript speaking about why it is named as JavaScript even though it has nothing to do with Java. And he says that the idea was to make it a complementary scripting language to go with Java with a compiled language. So JavaScript is a scripting language and Java is a compiled language. So this is just something of a trivia. You don't have to remember this. So let's look at some primary uses of JavaScript. JavaScript is very useful in designing the behavior that you can observe on a web page. So when I say behavior, I'm talking about something that involves a sequence of events. Instead of it just being the appearance or the presentation of certain things, JavaScript can be used to create a series of events and execute a series of steps. And JavaScript will let your web page to respond to user inputs and record their responses. So you can actually engage your user to interact with your web page using JavaScript. So it's useful in that sense. Again, you don't have to worry if you can't imagine what this will be like. We'll show you examples later. It's also used in creating animations on your web page, and some of the examples involve validating user inputs. For example, we saw how to create a form earlier. So when somebody enters information into that form, we can actually check whether that information is right or not using JavaScript. And you can also use JavaScript to collect information using forms. So using that form that we created earlier, if you click on submit, you can actually use JavaScript to do something with the information that the user submits using the form. And you can also program what behavior should happen when somebody clicks a button, and you can show dynamic information, basically information that changes, and you can perform calculations and mathematical computations. This is common to all programming languages, and JavaScript is no different. You can do mathematical calculations using JavaScript, and you can write some complex logic to execute a complex behavior using JavaScript. And you can also integrate it with the backend server. Again, you don't have to worry too much about the details of what a backend server means. If you don't know what a backend server is, it's fine. It's just basically the computer at the end of your internet connection where the website is being hosted. So JavaScript will help you integrate your front end part of your application to the backend. And here's some sample code. So here we have written 2 minus 3, and this will give you -1. So this is basically a valid JavaScript line of code, and here I'm showing you what it will output. So when you use this as the code, it will show you -1, and 3 minus 2 will give you 1. False minus 5 will give you -5 because false is interpreted as 0 and true is interpreted as 1. So 1 plus 3 is 4. 5 plus a string. So this is like text and number. Text and number cannot be added to each other, so it will return NaN, which is not a number, and 2 into 3 will give you 6. 3 into -2 will give you -6. False into 5 will give you 0 because false is 0, and true into 3 will give you 3 because true is interpreted as 1 in JavaScript, and 5 times foo is not a number again. Infinity times 0 is not a number. So like this, these are some example lines of code from JavaScript just to show you what the syntax looks like. We'll see more of this later. So now let's try this code in actual JavaScript to see what it looks like. So I'm going to quickly open my browser up, and I'm going to right click on any page and click on inspect so that it opens up this part, and I'm going to go to console. And here, by the way, when you open a browser on your computer and you go to console on any browser, you'll be able to execute some JavaScript code. So let's see this. I'm going to type out some of this example code to see what it shows. So I'm going to say 2 minus 3. And it's showing you -1, and 3 minus 2, 1. You can also try 4 times 5, 20. 55 times 3000 whatever, and you get the number. So like this you can do mathematical computation using JavaScript, and if you want to say 1 divided by this number, you get that number. Like this you can actually do JavaScript right from within your browser. So let's say that you're on your smartphone and you don't have the option to inspect code like this on your browser. You can go to CodePen, and once you log in, you'll be able to go to create a pen. And here you can actually collapse these things. And here if you click on console, here you can do all of the coding. So this is something that you can do right on your smartphone. We'll be having a closer look at how to do this on your smartphone, so don't worry too much about that. But just know that CodePen can be used for writing a JavaScript code as well. So we'll be using CodePen a lot in this course. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what JavaScript is like and show you some sample code. We'll be looking at this in more depth in the upcoming videos. Please make sure to like and share this video, and also subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for notifications. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.